Hello and welcome. Today, I want us to look around in our life, or I want us to think aloud, or just look around and see the many things you failed to do in life because somebody told you you cannot do it. Or that is too much. You can't afford that. You can't afford that house. You can't be healed. You've been sick for so long. Someone had a problem like that and they never made it. And I want you to look in your life, and if you had such a thing, I want to tell you there is a way out. There is a way, or there's a problem, or there's a mistake that you made, rather, maybe by listening to the person who is giving you the advice, because the person you find in most cases, the person who gives you the advice is not the one with the answer. And so I want us to look to have a very familiar story in the Word of God, a story of a person who refused to listen to people, and he cried, and God heard him. That person is other than, they call him even blind Bartimaeus. And also in your life, maybe people are calling you names, you know, the broken family, the woman who is always begging, the man who is always begging. And so today, I want us to look what happens when you choose not to listen what people are telling you. And today our story opens when Jesus is in Jericho. They have just come in Jericho, and Jesus and his disciples together, there is a large crowd, and they are leaving the city. And at that time, this man, the blind Bartimaeus, he heard that Jesus is allowed. Remember, Bartimaeus does not see, but he heard. Maybe before then, maybe he have heard what maybe Jesus had done to people, how he had healed. And now he heard Jesus is in Jericho. He's living. And the most, one of the things that maybe can be eye-catching, but Myers is sitting at the long side, begging, where he used to beg. So that's maybe the norm. You sit there begging. But today, it's a different day. Jesus is allowed, and he's passing by. He's moving. They are moving out. And so when he heard that Jesus is in the town, guys, but Myers started shouting, and listen what he said. When he heard that was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to shout, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." And and now you can imagine, he can't see, but he has heard Jesus is here. He doesn't know even from which direction, but he is here, guys. Jesus is here. Are you with me? Jesus is here. Do you have something that you are going to tell him? Do you have something to cry to him for? Is there something you need in your life? And he's here. And this is one chance in lifetime. He may not come along this way, because we don't know for how long Bartimaeus has been blind. But one thing we know is that it has been maybe quite a while, and now there are people, there's a crowd, and listen what happens. Many rebuked him and told him to be quiet, but he shouted even more, "Son of David, have mercy." I love Bartimaeus. Bartimaeus will not allow anyone to stop him. And so today I'm asking you, who told you to stop? And you stopped. Who told you it can't work like that? And you stopped. Who told you you are too late? You cannot get that job, you don't have such a degree, and you stopped. Who told you your children have been drugs for too long, they cannot, even her rehab cannot help, and you stopped trying? And today we are seeing a man who doesn't even see, but giving up is not in his dictionary. He's not going to give up for anything, because he knows what this man Jesus can do. If he healed other people, because I'm sure there's something Bartimaeus know that maybe most people don't know. Maybe he saw in the spirit or whatever, but this man have my solution. And I love The way Bartimaeus could not give up, because just then in verse 49, the one says that Jesus stopped and said, call him. Supposing Bartimaeus kept quiet when people told him to keep quiet, and you are telling Bartimaeus to keep quiet, you are not even the one who is healing him. Why are you even shutting him up? And you don't have his help. Bartimaeus' help is with God. And so we see Jesus stopping. Can Jesus stop for you? Can you call out so loud that he'll turn around for you? Can you? This will only work if you refuse to listen to people. This will only work if you refuse to allow people to tell you to stop, or people can tell you this can't work or this can work. And so we see when Jesus goes to, or rather says Bartimaeus be called, Bartimaeus, so the one says that, so they called the blind man. They can't even remember his name now. And so are you. Even when help comes, go call. Yeah, the woman is always begging. You don't even remember her name anymore. People have nicknamed you. People have called you names. People have called your children names. But that thing will come to an end today, because we are not going to keep quiet again. You are going to cry to him whom you know has the power to save your family, has the power to save your illness, has the power to save your children, has the power to save your business. He is the one we are going to listen to, not the noise of the people. Despite the noise of keep quiet, do what Bartimaeus fought, we can send a determined person. And you have to be so determined. What do I want? What do I want? I think Bartimaeus was tired of being blind. Are you tired of the situation that you are in? Are you tired of your children being named? Are you tired of the name people have put on you? Maybe she's diabetic, she's drunkard, she's anything people will put on you. Are you tired of the name? Or do you want Jesus to deliver you? And so when God called him, when Jesus said the man to be called, so they called to the blind man, cheer up on your feet, he's calling you, and throwing his cloak aside. And now Bartimaeus is like, oh, this is a new beginning. This new identity. The blind now is off. And I can see him, maybe you've been so angry, and now Jesus is calling you, and you have to let go everything that has holding you back. That anger issues, that bitterness issues, that self-pity issues, that low self-esteem issues. You have to drop them like hot coal, because time is new, something new is happening, and Jesus is calling you, and you cannot go to Jesus with the old identity. The tomb clothes have to go, because this is a new day, this is a new beginning, and God is doing something new for you, and you have to wake up, and you have to go and meet Jesus as this now, so you can be able to receive him without all these things that you've been carrying. And so we can say, throwing his cloak aside, he jumped to his feet and came to Jesus. And living on Jesus, Jesus is like, man, what do you want me to do for you? Jesus asked him. The blind man said, Rabbi, I want to say. He knew exactly what he wanted from Jesus. Do you? If Jesus passed by your house, if Jesus passed by your hand, Jesus is in the estate. Is there something you can take to him? Is there something you can give, you can take to Jesus and tell him, this is exactly what I want you to do for me? But Maya's had his mind made up. I am tired of being blind. I am tired of this name people are calling me. I want to see. And Jesus, what Bartimaeus wanted, it was what Jesus gave him. And he told him, go, said Jesus, your faith has healed you. Immediately, he received his sight and followed Jesus along the road. And so we see the bride, we see the sight of Bartimaeus being restored. Now he's no longer the bride Bartimaeus. Now I think even the name now, bride, dropped immediately. And now I want to tell you today, God is here today, and he's waiting for you to come and bring that thing. People have been calling you about it. People have been calling your children on it. People have sticked names on you and your family and your business. That like a small business, it will drop and it will come that mega business. People will never remember it was a small business. Now from henceforth, nobody can call Bartimaeus and bride Bartimaeus because the bride has fallen. Now it is the Bartimaeus, now the Bartimaeus who knows God, and he wants even to know more, not just him restoring his face, his sight, but he wants to know more about this Jesus. And that is why we see even after Bartimaeus, Jesus restoring Bartimaeus' sight. What happened? The one says that, and he followed Jesus along the road. Because now, if this man can open my eyes, it means there's so much he can do. And so today, I want to challenge you, and I want to call you. There's that challenge that you have. There's that problem that you have. You've kept quiet for so long. People have told you to keep quiet and you've done it for so long. It is time to speak. It is time to call out. And when you call out and when you call Jesus to healing, when you call Jesus to your children and he hears you, for him, there is more than just the sight you have received. There is more than the restoration of your health. There is more than the restoration of your business. He is God, the Creator. He's going to do so much for you, more than you can think, or you could even have thought. Having a relationship with Him is the best thing that can ever happen to you. Having a relationship with Him is the best thing that you can ever do in this life. And so follow Jesus. Throw your own clothes, throw your own friends. If it's not working for you, throw it. Throw their own relationships. They are not favoring you. If they are putting you down, throw them away, cut them off, and follow the one who has the power, who has the capacity to help you, who has the capacity to lift you up, who has the power to change your life. Just like Bartimaeus, God changed his life aloud. And now Bartimaeus is a new person. He's living a new life, a life that maybe he never thought was possible. Just one day. It was one day. It's a situation. It's a moment. Jesus just came, he never thought. And so we don't know when the next will come. And now he's here. So stop wasting this chance. Wake up and get to him. Wake up and give him your problems. Wake up and tell and what you've been holding back. It is time to speak, and speak even louder. Don't let anyone stop you. So thank you so much for watching, and remember to subscribe, and remember, shout even louder than your enemies who are telling you to keep quiet. You have to be louder than them. Thank you so much.